Hey there, Internet. Welcome to my MLB 14 The Show on the PS4 franchise mode. I'm going to be playing with the Blue Jays, and this is going to be the first episode where we kind of set everything up. So you saw there, no 30-team control. We're going to allow CPU trading. Honestly, the trades are pretty weak in this game sometimes. Pretty sure Robinson Cano gets traded in the first year, but we're going to live with the world that's created here. I don't know, I tried to do 30-team control and it just became too much to kind of micromanage. I really just want to have fun with this franchise, so if it helps, pretend it's a fantasy league. I don't know, I'm going to try and maintain a reasonably realistic Blue Jays roster because I have far too much of an attachment to these guys. So I hope you all enjoy. We're just breezing through spring training right now. I just skipped through. I don't really play any of the spring training games. I do like to take a look at some of the stats just to see how guys are doing, see if they're on hot streaks, see who might get a call up early in the season. Marcus Stroman, you'll see, had a pretty solid spring training. Deoner Navarro, the newly signed catcher for the Jays, actually seems to be on a hot streak at the end of spring training, so that's a good sign there. Hopefully he can be an upgrade over J.P. Arancibia this season. I'm going to start off by just adding Brendan Morrow to the 40-man roster. There are going to be a couple of... So I'm using the OSFM hybrid version 2A rosters. I don't know if you guys saw it at the beginning, but if you don't know, they're a great set of rosters. I didn't do any of them, but they're made from guys on Operation Sports. I highly recommend you check them out. They re-rate a lot of the rosters. You'll see guys like R.A. Dickey, Mark Burley have their ratings lowered. A lot of guys have ratings lowered. Jose Bautista, I think, has higher ratings and better potential, which makes him regress less, which I think is a lot more realistic. Anyways, great set of rosters, but they're up to date as of right now, which is June 19th for anybody listening way later. So you'll see some guys in single A who in reality are on the disabled list. So unless a guy was injured at the beginning of the season and is out with Tommy John surgery, I'm just going to play with them, and I'm not going to manually injure guys. So like Matt Moore is in single A. I hope he doesn't get called up just because he in reality is out, but you know, we'll see. Yeah, so wow, this is so weird. This is a really long pause on the trade screen, guys. Sorry. You know, listen, we're gonna work on the editing for this, but I think I wanted to just leave a little bit of room for me to kind of talk to you guys, because I know in previous incarnations of this video, it's been that was really interesting. Sorry about that, guys. I didn't really have enough time, and what was going on screen just kind of flew by. So you see Marcus Stroman, 14 innings, 0 ERA. Todd Redmond did pretty well. Todd Redmond's going to factor in heavily, I think, for us. The Jays have a rough kind of starting rotation. It's going to be as in real life, except for J. Happ being in the rotation from the beginning of the year. So we're going to have Dickey, Burley, Happ, Hutchison, and Morrow in there, and it's not a great rotation, and we'll definitely need depth in case Happ or Hutchison kind of stumble. Hutchison isn't in this roster set. He's rated pretty realistically. He's got about a 67 overall, so he may end up going down to AAA. We're going to give him a shot at the beginning of the year, and we've got Todd Redmond and Esmiel Rogers, who's kind of a long man. Stretch him out and turn him into a starter if we need to. So, game number 1, Jose Reyes gets temporarily injured. He's healed after game 1, and we got off to a good start here, winning our series against Tampa Bay. You see, I kind of made a mistake. I actually forgot to put Morrow in the rotation here. So, what I'm basically doing, Morrow's supposed to be the second starter, but I'm gonna let Esmiel Rogers pitch in the 4th slot just this time, because I was worried that if I didn't, the rotation, like the fatigue in the rotation would get messed up. So don't worry about that. It's back to normal after the first 5 guys go, or the first 5 starts. So it'll be fine. Here's the starting lineups. So you can see they're pretty much standard. I like what John Gibbons has done actually by kind of splitting Batista and Encarnacion with Adam Lind against righties. So I'm gonna try and do that and see how it works. There's me just kind of putting Hutchison back in the 4th slot. So you see, I kind of wanted to have some breathing room between Burley and Happ, the 2 lefties. So I think that'll help a little bit, just to throw guys off. We're gonna have at least one lefty in every series, hopefully, at least after 3 games. And once again, we get off to a really hot start. We sweep the Yankees there, and let me tell you, I was at the home opener. We did not win that first game. It was a 4-hour marathon, so this is a big improvement. Now, I've jumped ahead quite a bit here, and we're at the end of April, having had a pretty good month. Stroman, we get an update saying that he did pretty well during the month of April. Tyler Ybarra also did well. Juan Francisco raked in April, according to this update, so he might get a call-up. It's good to see some of the young guys kind of doing well, and unfortunately, Ricky Romero having a tough go of it, as he is in real life, struggles with a 6 ERA. So we'll just take a look at some of the league leaders here. Where you see we're 18-9, 4.5 games up at the end of April, so not a bad start to the season. Look at that, 116 runs scored, so this is a pretty potent offense, which is as it should be. And Mark Burley having a pretty good start to the season as well. I don't know if you guys caught that ERA, but it looked to be sub-3. So way to go. Look at that. Home runs allowed, we're first. Earned runs, first. Pretty good. Nick Castellanos, surprisingly, leading the league right now in hitting average, so that'll probably even itself out. Jonas Cespedes is having a pretty good season. Joel Ranahan, these stats will even out, and that's why I like this roster set, because it looks like, oh, well, how can a relief pitcher have 4 wins and lead the league? Well, don't worry, it does even out, and the stats will be pretty realistic, at least from the sims I've done. So just kind of take a look. You guys can pause if you want to get some better sort of looks at these guys, or check out my thread on Operation Sports. But we're coming to the end of the episode, guys. I'm hopefully going to put up 2 today. If not, I will see you in the next episode. I hope you all enjoyed.